Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Quaker Sports Recap. It was a busy week for our Quaker sports athletes, with most games completed despite the weather. I stopped by tennis, baseball, JV softball, boys lacrosse, unified basketball, and flag football, which I'll tell you about next. Let's get right to it!
On Friday, our Orchard Park Quakers took the field against Kenmore in a game rescheduled due to weather earlier in the week. Kenmore struck first 12 minutes and 29 seconds into the first half, converting the extra point to take a 7-0 lead. The fast and aggressive Kenmore defense nabbed a pick six 1 minute and 7 seconds later, putting OP on their heels 13-0. Orchard Park would not give up though, stopping Kenmore's opening drive of the second half with a nice interception by Katie Kelly. Orchard Park made some adjustments and were the better team in the second half, but they couldn't overcome a number of questionable and missed calls by the officiating crew in Kenmore's favor, including a bizarre query by the ref to ask Orchard Park if they wanted to accept or decline a penalty that they called against the Quakers. The defense played yet another strong game, but the team was not able to overcome a swarming Kenmore defense and field rulings to win the game. After the game, I caught up with Coach Weiss to talk about the tough loss.
Today was a rough game, and not just for the refs. What is one thing that you saw on the field that you liked today?
That I liked? I liked the competitiveness and the resilience that the girls showed. We were in a kind of a tough spot, dug ourselves into a hole in the first half, and just battled the whole second half. Moved the ball up and down the field the second half. We were really struggling in the first half. Got kind of pinned down in our own end. And then obviously, we had some calls not go our way. But the girls just kept battling through it. You throw a big touchdown and it gets called back on a questionable call. A lot of people just give up and are like, you know what, I guess it's just not our day. But our girls kept battling and they kept moving the ball afterwards. So really happy with the fight that they put up.
Kenmore played incredible defense today. What is something that you can learn today that could help your team for the rest of the season?
Something that we can steal from them is attacking the ball. We talk about that all the time with the girls. Their one touchdown they scored on offense really came down to they threw it up for grabs, and they have a tall girl who went up and got it. You know what I mean? She didn't wait for the ball to come to her. You got to have that mentality that, like, the ball is mine. I'm going to get it. And at times we don't always possess that. So just making sure that we're not, taking any plays off, and always making sure that we're going up and getting it, because that really can make the whole difference in a game. It really just takes one big catch to score a touchdown or to get an interception. And like I said, we did that in the second half, and we started to really, kind of come into our own a little bit, but just kind of ran out of time.
And how do you prepare for your next game on Tuesday on the road against the rival Lancaster? Be there.
We're going to watch some tape, obviously. Got to hopefully get some weather to go our way here and, give us some time to practice. But really just, working on trying to get more balanced, make sure that we can run the ball a little bit. That was one thing that we struggled with today. I throw it 95% of the time, and I kind of put our quarterback in a tough spot because everybody just sits back and waits for the pass. So, we're going to work on, trying to get our run game going a little bit to kind of balance things out and give us a chance to attack teams in different ways.
All right, well, thank you.
That was a tough loss under difficult circumstances, but I am optimistic that they will rebound this week against Lancaster. Of course, flag football won't be the only team with games last week. Let's see how all of our teams did.
Both varsity and JV flag football had tough losses and are looking to rebound this week. Varsity and JV baseball each had 2 wins against Frontier this week. Girls lacrosse had 2 dominant victories, beating Clarence 20-11 on Monday and beating Sweet Home 22-2 on Wednesday. Ella Fercucci led the team in points this week with 17 goals and 28 points, and Mia Bradley finished second in points for the team with 9 goals and 19 points. Boys lacrosse had 4 wins in 5 days this week, scoring 64 goals while only allowing 12. They are now 10-1 and currently on a 6-game winning streak and cannot be stopped. Varsity softball went 1-1 on the week, featuring a nice 6-2 win over Clarence. JV softball had a great win over Frontier, winning that game 3-1. Boys tennis racked up 2 nice wins, beating Lancaster 5-0 on Monday and Clarence 4-1 on Tuesday. Unified basketball narrowly lost a heartbreaker to Frontier on Wednesday. Nice shot in the highlight reel, Max. They are looking to rebound next week.
Great job, Quakers. Up next, we have a Sever So Questions segment with baseball player Zach Huber. Let's learn a little bit more about Zach.
When did you first start playing baseball?
Ooh. I think it was 4 years old. I think that's when I started.
How did you become interested in it?
I think my dad kind of just got me into it, and I've been playing it ever since I was young.
What is one meal that isn't served in the cafeteria that you wish was on the menu?
Oh man, a nice little steak, a little ribeye steak.
Alright,
Cooked
yeah.
up in the back.
You heard that, everybody. What do you want to do for a living when you're older?
I think I'm gonna go to school to be a physical therapist, so probably physical therapy.
Like school PT or like?
School PT, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Other than gym class, what classes have helped you play better at baseball?
I mean, maybe math. I guess you got to do a little bit of thinking, so
Yeah.
I'll probably say math.
If you were given a 30-second television spot during the Super Bowl, what would you use to tell people?
Trust your gut. Do what you want. Life is short, man. You just live it up.
Would you rather have $1 million or 1 million friends?
Probably $1 million, honestly.
Yeah, 1 million friends, they wouldn't be that close.
Exactly. You gotta have a couple close buddies, and you can conquer the world.
Who's your favorite baseball team?
I don't really have a favorite baseball team, but I got a bunch of favorite players that I like. I've been following Bryce Harper for a long time, but he's always been like someone I've looked up to as an MLB player. I don't really have a favorite team though.
Well, why isn't your favorite team Orchard Park?
Well, I guess you could say that. I thought we were talking about like the MLB and stuff, but
I said baseball.
all right, I guess we'll go with Orchard Park then. Yeah.
Out of all the teams out there, what sports team would you most like to see win the championship?
I mean, this team right here, I think we got a bunch of good players.
Okay. There we go.
Thanks for watching this week's Quaker Sports Recap. With over 40 games on the calendar completed, I hope that you are able to go to a game, match, or meet and cheer on our student athletes. Hopefully I'll see you there, so together we can shout, "Go Quakers!"